Hey there, this is Terry Jordan Adams of Sued by the Debt Collector, suedbythedebtcollector.com. I want to talk to you about how to protect your bank account from debt collectors, how to keep it safe. Okay, but first, if you don't mind, can I get you to subscribe? Click that subscribe button and click that like, and we're going to get right into this episode. Okay, so let's talk about how to keep your bank account safe from debt collectors. Now, I do have some notes. I always try to make sure that I'm giving you great information and that I stay on track. And it's one of those days where I need to stay on track today. So, I'm going to start with a little story. First, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you ever given somebody that collects bills, whether it's your cable company or your phone company, your cell bill, whatever, have you ever given them permission to take automatic payments out of your bank? Well, here's a story for you. Once upon a time, I had a cell carrier. I was going to tell you it was, but I'm not even going to bother. Anyway, I had said, okay, well, I'm going to fix this so I can automate it. And I can, set it up. And so I had set up an arrangement, not an arrangement. It was actually just a payment. It was just a regular payment. Well, because they had my account information, they took the payment out. It was like 5 to 7 days sooner than the payment was due. Well, what do you think that did to me? Every other bill that I had scheduled and I had planned out, by them taking out that payment early, it caused the snowball effect because I couldn't get them to reverse the payment and take it out when it was due because they had already taken it. And so they were like, oh well, there's nothing we can do. And so it was just a mess. So everything that I had scheduled and timed and, done what I needed to do, I ended up having to pay fees and a whole bunch of other things. I'm hot, excuse me. All these lights. Anyway, not only did they take the payment early, but it didn't register in their system. And so when I was trying to call them, they put me on a loop so that I couldn't talk to anybody. And I had to make another payment in order to talk to somebody. It was just a disaster. Without going too deep into it, I canceled them. It was the last time I dealt with them. I'm like, I'm good. So anyway, so how to protect your bank account and keep it safe from debt collectors? Well, the first thing I want to talk about is debt collectors. They are not your friend. Don't ever, 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 ever forget that. They're not your friend. So the first thing they want to do is, let's say if you owe a debt, they're going to say, okay, well, we can make a payment arrangement. That's great, but we need your bank account information. Well, why on earth would you give a debt collector who is not your friend your bank account information? Well, here's the reason why. Because what they want to do is they want to have total access to you. And if they need to, they can snatch whatever they want from it. They don't have a right to do that. So I just want to tell you, if you end up making payment arrangements with a debt collector, do not, under any circumstances, give them your bank account information. They are not entitled to that. Okay? Because like me, what can happen? They can take payments out early. They can take extra money out of your bank account. And when you talk to your bank and say, hey, I didn't authorize this, it's going to be very difficult to fight because you may not have authorized the amount, but you authorized or gave them permission to take money from your bank account. Don't ever do that. You always, look, I work hard for my money. So I'm pretty sure that you work hard for your money too. And you have mortgages and rents and utilities and phone bills and food and, childcare expenses and car notes and insurance. You have all of these other things, just like the rest of us. Why would you give someone that is not your friend and is trying to take money from you total access to your life? And let's just say, hypothetically, they didn't mean to take as much as they took from you. But what does that do? Just like with me, it caused a snowball effect. Ugh, it was such a disaster. I was so mad. I was so mad. So, um, okay. So, what do you want to do? Well, let's talk about this first. With when you're sued by a debt collector, one very important way to protect your bank account, keep it safe, is to respond to your lawsuit on time. Why is that important? Well, sued by the debt collector, we do everything we can to help you avoid a default judgment. So if you don't respond to your lawsuit on time, then you put yourself in danger of getting a judgment, right? Well, what happens with a judgment? With a judgment, they go to the judge, they request a default judgment. The judge will give them a default judgment because you didn't answer. And then in that judgment, they get a court order that says they can garnish your wages, they can take money from your bank account, or they can put a lien on your property. All of that. Now, where before, if you'd made payment arrangements or what have you, they didn't have a right to your bank account. Now, they don't need your permission. And it doesn't matter what bills you have to take care of or otherwise. They've got a handy dandy piece of paper that says we can have access to your account. So first and foremost, let's just get your answer, done on time. And that way you don't give them the right to take money from your bank account, right? And so, all right, let's see. Going back to payment arrangements. When you set up a payment arrangement, there's information. Get their information. Why should you give them access to your account? You can easily set up bill pay through your own bank account. When you set up bill pay, which typically, not always, but most of the time, every time that I've seen, bill pay is free through your bank or your credit union. All you have to do is say, on this date, this account, this address, send this amount of money, and it doesn't cost you a thing. So there's really no need for somebody to have access to your account, right? So just set up a bill pay, and you can contact your bank or your credit union, your financial institution, and ask how their process works. But make sure, I'm just going to tell you, don't let predators into your bank account. That's not their right to have, unless you get a default, and then it's not your choice anymore. Okay, so what do you need to do? You need to get their information, where to send it to, how much that you need to send, the account number, and then you set it up on your end, or you send them the money, or however you choose to do it, but don't let them pull money from you. That's not okay. Okay, so I've experienced where they've taken more than was owed to them, and it's near impossible to get it back. They don't care. So we want to make sure that you are protected in that. I told you, get their information, and you can send them a payment via mail, or have them email you their statement, or they can send the statement in mail. Either way, and then that'll give you your options on how you choose to pay it on your terms. Okay, I really wanted to talk about this because so many of us have so many important things in our life, and most of it is our basic needs. If you've been in a position where you have to deal with debt collectors, that means that something's happened, and you really can't afford to have any mishaps in your account. And so we want to do whatever we can to protect them. Okay, just wanted to make this quick video because I have experienced some of my clients that had set up payment arrangements and allowed these predators, debt collectors, even just regular bills, just to automatically come out of their account. And I highly discourage that. If there's some that you want to do, let's say the electric company, you know who the electric company is, you can set up a specific amount or something along those terms. That's different. But Know who you're dealing with, but don't let everybody in your bank account, okay? Anyway, okay, friend. I wanted to just say hello. Hey, it's Terry here. Please make sure that you subscribe, like, smash that button, and we will catch you in the next episode. Talk to you soon.